nation, dialing on your TV station. Heed the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
When Red Schoendienst ended the longest All-Star game on record with a homer, they gave it all to the National League. When he grew up, he would hit 7 feet. He would also become one of the highest scoring players in basketball history.
Penalty flag on the play. Pass is caught. That's Ingold, the fullback, for the touchdown, but a flag is down.
Absolutely fantastic.
Rebound. Oh! Did you see that? One of the saves of the year from Marc-Andre Fleury.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Power Play Sports Collectibles Show, coming to you live right here in the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. Steamy, humid Las Vegas today, almost 50% humidity, unheard of in this town. Mr. Scott Hosey, your thoughts on the weather condition here in Las Vegas?
First of all, he needs to bring up my mic. There we go. First of all, stay off the Red Bull and vodka on the way in.
I know. I try. You know what? Every week I try to do my opening in one breath. One of these days I'll turn red and just pass out.
This is not a JR and Lawler type arrangement. Okay. You will be laying there. I'm not giving you mouth to mouth.
No CPR needed.
You are going to die. Anyway, in a nutshell, I'm doing fine. Yeah, no kidding. After last week, I think you owe me.
Yes, I owe you?
Yeah, I think you do.
Hey, by the way, if you want to join into this craziness, 702-329-6947 if you're within the United States. If you are outside the United States, 1-855-502-4321, Major Tom. Of course, you can send us a live tweet using hashtag PPSC Live. And, of course, the chat rooms are being monitored.
Yes, we've got a few of our normal customers in there. We got Lee, we got Thomas, the Chief, and I know where Chief is. He's going to be on his couch about 4 o'clock today watching Karrion Kross.
I was going to say, how do you know where he's going to be at 4 o'clock on the couch?
You're going to be on the couch, too, watching Karrion Kross.
If my wife lets me, because I'm already booked tomorrow for SummerSlam. I don't know if she's going to let me 2 nights in a row. I have to keep working on that.
Who wears the pants in that family?
Depends on the day of the week and who runs the remote.
So we got a great show. We've had a little humor there right now, but we've got a great show today.
Yes,
we do. Game day card breaks. For those who don't understand what card breaks are, they are going to absolutely break it down for you. Why is he laughing?
No, because don't you hear what's in your headset?
No.
You don't hear the wind sound?
I hear nothing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Not even your own voice?
Nope, not even my own voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I hear some wind.
I give up.
But yeah.
Okay, I don't know if that's.
I've given up on you a couple times.
I don't know if that's going out over the air, but we have our friendly wind chimes in our headset.
Just for Mark and Jimmy from Card Breaks.
Oh yes, let's get to important stuff.
Just so you know, the studio is haunted. I forgot to tell you when you came in. They used to do the Ghost Whisperers or some show here, and ever since then, we've had anomalies happen, and my computer reboots just...
Stuff happens that we just can't explain.
The cameras start panning away, and so don't freak out.
Jim Palco's in our chat room saying Game Day sent me. So you have somebody in the chat room that's already sending hello.
And if they have any questions, they can call in during their segment.
Absolutely.
So once again, the mall, Boulevard Mall.
The Boulevard Mall.
Where we have our store, Power Play Sports Collectibles. It is open, so come on down, 11 to 7, 6 feet social distancing, please.
Right on.
50% occupancy, which I don't think really any mall's having issues with that right now. Masks, please wear your mask. It is required. And if you don't like it, just be courteous to one another, especially social distancing. If you're sick, stay at home, get well. We wish you the best. And we just had our first sports cards and collectibles show past week at the Boulevard Mall. The county got me licensed there. For 6 months, they denied every license whatsoever. It was light on attendance in the sense of vendors because people are still cautious.
Sure.
But the people that came spent money, and there was some great collectors. Some people we hadn't seen in 6 months.
Right.
Welcome them all back. I appreciate it. So with that being said, here in a couple weeks, Labor Day weekend on September 5th and 6th, we are going to be at Sunset Station. Sunset Station is a great place for our other sport. There goes my mic.
Just
again.
keep going. He's going to have to tweak it every time
I
it
know.
pops. So it's not the cord. We've eliminated the
Yes,
XLR
and
cable.
it's not me. Anyway, 5th and 6th over at Sunset Station. We will not be in the Galleria room, which is where we've been for the past year and a half. That is actually being remodeled into a medical center. And we are going to be in an open area right by the bowling alley. So it's going to be fun and festive for everyone from open to close. There's the flyer. We've got, first of all, Holodead, Women of Wrestling. She's a character. She's going to be in makeup. Get your photo ops. She's going to be there along with, I have to say this, former Impact X Division champion.
Yeah, we're going to have to update that picture, unfortunately.
Las Vegas' own Chris Bay. He will be there signing autographs on Saturday. And former WWE, I'm watching because I'm intrigued. Anyway,
By the way, Chief has indicated that anything we're hearing in our headset is not going out over the stream. So thank you, Chief.
Thank
At
you,
least we
Chief.
know we're clear.
but former WWE Intercontinental Tag Champ,
Right?
European Champion D'Lo Brown will be signing autographs.
An
on
original
Sunday.
member of
Nation of Domination.
Nation of Domination back in the Attitude Era.
Absolutely. And the hours for that show are 10 to 6. But since we're outside the bowling alley, if there's a crowd, I guarantee my vendors aren't going to leave. So we are definitely going to enjoy that weekend there.
Right.
Advertising, if you want to advertise on the show, info@thoughtscountanywhere.com. That will get you both TCA and Power Play Sports Collectibles. And now I'm out of breath, and we'll talk about Fandoms United when we come back.
Are we going to go to break right now?
We're going to go to break so we can take care of these technical difficulties because I'm hearing whining in my mic now, or my headset.
I have so much I can respond to that, but
Yes.
I'll leave it alone. All right, we are having some. Listen, Chief, if the sound going out is great, cool. But we are hearing some stuff in our head. Yeah, distortion sounds like coming from beyond, and ET is going to land any minute. So with that, we're going to step aside, take a break. This way, we can also bring up our guests, get them settled. You are watching and hopefully listening to Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. By the way, you can also download the Go Live Vegas mobile app and catch us on the go audio-wise. I'm Aaron. That is Scott. Our guest coming up next. We'll be back in about 60 seconds, maybe more, till we get everything ironed out. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Wally Joyner. Listen to the Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast every week and visit the store at the Boulevard Mall.
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Martin Casals, and I'm here at Power Play Sports Collectibles at the Boulevard. That's where you should be. That's where you should be. Come play with me. So, if you're looking for sports collectibles, get your ass to the Boulevard. Now. I said ass.
It's not easy. The mask kind of makes people uncomfortable. I don't have much of a social life. I wish people could see me for who I am, just trying to fit in. Be a good friend. Make a living. I know, the whole chainsaw thing, the woods, sneaking up on people, I get it. I don't have the best reputation. But the thing is, behind the mask, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not scary at all. I have a cat.
Hey, welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. I am Aaron Phillips. Can you bring up my mic just a little bit, please? Scott on the far end, Aaron E. pushing the buttons, hoping to get rid of all the ghosts here. And why don't you introduce our guests?
Well, we will. And that is,
okay.
Before then, the one thing we didn't talk about is Unicon.
Unicon.
Fandoms United. Put it on your calendar. We will be there March 5th through 7th at the World Marketplace Expo. Down behind the strip. We have the 200,000 square feet already reserved. And Steve Johnston from Rogue Toys, and also, I'll let you finish this up, from Pawn Stars on the History Network.
As seen only on Pawn Stars on the History Channel.
We are going to help promote that show. I'm taking care of the sports side of the house. And Steve, obviously, with his expertise on the toy and cosplay side, he's going to be taking care of that side of the house. It's going to be a great event. We had meetings last night for a couple hours. It to me, and I mentioned this to Steve and his lovely wife, Crystal, who, by the way, happy belated birthday. They're on their way down to Frank & Sons in Southern California to do some PR for the show. But realistically, it is going to be eventually, maybe even this year, COVID's kind of thrown everything into a loop. It's going to be the West Coast National. I was on the board of the National for a number of years. The National is never coming back west. I don't care what anybody says. It never, ever, ever will.
Okay.
So we are going to turn this in to the National West location. It's not going to be the Sports Card National, don't get me wrong. But this is going to be Fandoms United, cosplay, comics, toys, sports, wrestling, you name it, all the fandoms that used to be in their little segmented areas, we're coming together, and we're going to be bigger and stronger than ever before.
Right on.
So with that being said, our special guest today come to us from Game Day Card Breaks.
What up, what up?
Yeah, and we've got Jimmy.
Hey, how are you?
And we've got Mark.
Hey.
Just come right into that microphone or bring the arm closer to you. There you go. There you go. Let the world hear you guys.
So unless you disagree or our viewers throw you off the, chat in, get that one guy off with the hat. We'll have you, after we're done talking about Game Day Card Breaks, we're going to talk a little bit about sports.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so why don't you stay for the entire show if you don't mind?
Sure.
First of all, I'm going to turn this over to you guys right now and say, tell us who you are.
Let's start to my right so we can also adjust his volume too.
Yep.
So.
Okay, cool. Well, before we start, I got to give a big shout out to the Game Day family, man. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. The whole Game Day crew, all of our members, and they've supported us through thick and thin. And I just got to give a shout out to those guys. So
that's child
Game Day
support,
family. Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Without them, man, who knows? We'd be living off unemployment, and that's it. Because times have been
lucky you.
tough.
Lucky you.
Know,
19 weeks and I still haven't seen a penny.
Somebody to your left is a little bitter.
So if you're looking to hire part-time, I know a guy that can use a few dollars.
He can help you open the packs. He's got like the modeling hand.
That's right. That's right.
We do go get our pedicures and manicures and all
you gotta
that
look
stuff.
good. Can't have hangnails while your hands in front of the
absolutely.
camera.
Nick that corner, you're screwed.
It's tough.
So go ahead, tell us, first of all, introduce yourself.
Sure.
And tell us kind of your history in the hobby. Well, then we'll go over here to my left. And
Absolutely.
Then we'll round it up with what Game
Absolutely.
Day Card Breaks is.
So I'm Mark Laird. You can find me on Facebook as Game Day Mark. It's my alter ego. As far as cards go, I've been involved since a little kid. Pretty much all of us have been involved since we were little kids.
Very
but
true.
As the card business kind of dipped off, so did we. So there was a long time where I didn't even think about cards until a couple years ago. I stumbled across a break online, which we'll talk about later, and it really, really got me excited. The person I was watching doing it was really hype, loved opening cards for people and getting those big hits. And I was like, man, I got to be a part of that. So I started off as a member and was in several different groups until I found Jimmy here at Game Day. And I was like, man, Jimmy's local here in Vegas. This would be great. So I actually started off as a customer. You know, Jimmy was doing game day card breaks by himself, and I got in one of the breaks, and lo and behold, I hit a huge one-of-one Sam Darnold in my first break. I ended up selling a card for a couple $1,000s, and it just got me into the hobby again, got me excited, and you know, I started this partnership with Jimmy about a year ago, and the rest has been history. You know, Jimmy and myself both have recently been laid off from our jobs, and we decided to kind of go full gung-ho with card breaks moving forward, and we haven't looked back. And like I said, it's all because of our members. Our members have been phenomenal keeping us going. We break every day. So, you know, Jimmy, if you want to talk a little bit about breaking, what breaking is.
Well, let's talk about his history in the
sure.
industry, especially he started and, you know, took you under his wing in a sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started about 5 years ago, getting back into the hobby. A friend of mine, we were sitting actually at the sports book over at the Westgate, and we're sitting there watching football, and he's like, hey, have you seen like the cards these days and what's going on with them? So they got like autographs on them, there's jerseys, there's all this different stuff that they're doing with the cards now that, you know, back when we were kids in the 90s and stuff when we were collecting, it was just a piece of cardboard and you're going after just rookie cards. That's all you wanted.
Or you had that one autograph per case if you were lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was so rare that you really didn't see the autograph cards and you didn't see that stuff. So you went after mostly just rookie cards. Now, totally different story. Now there's 5 autos per box and all sorts of different stuff. So he started showing me online. He's like, check these cards out. Look at this. Look at that. So needless to say, I got intrigued again. So I started watching some other guys breaking online, and I was like, this is pretty interesting. Let me see what I can do. Because, you know, if you have somewhat of a personality and actually can relate with people, my more side is like, I'm the business guy. I've been doing business my whole life. I'm in that industry. So I was like, let me see what I can do, getting into it. So got involved about 4 years ago. The hardest part was getting your feet in, getting to know the right people, getting to be able to get the product. Nowadays, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, getting products really difficult because of the mass market. Everybody's going to it right now trying to buy the cards. So it makes it difficult. But other than that, it was 5 years ago, and it was a fun little time.
Yeah, and the market, especially with COVID, really took off in the past, let's say year, because we kind of want to forget about 2020, to be honest with you. And Mark alluded, you know, there was times, if everybody knows my history, it started as Power Play Sports Cards, and we had card shops and things like that, and the industry took a major hit. And so when I rebranded, I came back as Power Play Sports Collectibles because the novelty market and the autographs and things that I could capitalize on with my contacts in the industry with the celebrities and things like that, thus giving people that other outlet for the collectibles industry, not just trading cards. Yes, we still keep trading cards. The website's still powerplaysportscards.com. We haven't changed that over yet because so many people come to that.
Right.
But yes, it has changed, and this last 6 months has just been incredible.
It's been unbelievable.
Ever since about Super Bowl, unfortunate Kobe dying that weekend, I had a show at Sunset Station, and all of a sudden, boxes of Panini basketball went from $200 to $600 within a 2-day show, and we're just sitting there going, wow, this is incredible. And it was people, you know, Zion, Kobe passing, the market, they didn't flood the market like they used to with product. And then all of a sudden, COVID hit and people wanted sports. They went back to the trading
Everybody
cards.
needs an outlet, especially with COVID. And I mean, sports cards in general, whether you're going to the local card shop and buying a box for yourself, or you're jumping in a break, you know, with someone like me and Jimmy, it's exciting, you know, and it makes people happy, whether, you know, it could be just yourself walking, or it's also a family thing. So, you know, collecting your favorite team, and it brings a sense of normalcy to everything that's been going on.
Every commercial that I have filmed, I've always wanted a dad and a son, or even a daughter now, you know, acting like they're showing them, you know, hey, this is a Mickey Mantle. I watched him growing up. Or nowadays, here's
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, you know, something of that nature, because it is good for the whole family. Aaron, you look like you had a question.
I was just going to say, for those who are beginners and novices to the card collectible business, can you explain what card breaks are?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to take it, Jimmy? Or?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Card breaks. So basically, it gives you an opportunity to be involved in. Thank you, sir.
There you go. Sorry.
If there's a product that you'd like to get in, the normal card box, I would say probably averages around $200 to $300 a box.
Yeah.
The everyday person, that's a tough buy. So, doing card breaks allows people, number one, to have a better chances really at getting what they want because they're getting involved in a larger case break instead of just one box. So you're basically going in and either buying a team that's your PC, you're the team that you really want to collect. So if you want to go in and buy just the Raiders, and you say you don't collect all the other teams, you just want the Raiders, it gives you a chance to get all the Raiders cards from that entire case, not just one box, at a discounted rate. So anytime that we open a Raider, it's going to you. So it's like I said, it's also exciting because it's on camera. It gives you an opportunity to get those cards. And then you're also still going for big hits too. So we do pick your team, and then we also do random teams. So random teams have been really taking off because of Zion in basketball. Because let's face it,
the Pelicans.
The Pelicans would be the number one team taken. So and you wouldn't maybe sell the Thunder because the Thunder maybe don't have as many hits.
Right.
So in that instance, we have to do random teams, and then basically everyone buys in for the same amount. And you all have an equal chance at winning the Pelicans and then potentially getting an absolute monster card.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys just saw recently, there was a break where someone had a $60 buy-in and they hit a Connor McDavid rookie card that ended up selling at auction, I think, last week for, $130,000. They got in it for $60.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Grail this year, the Zion 1 of 1, has not been found yet.
Not been found yet.
No. It is. 702-329-6947 is the phone number here to get into the studio. Remember, when you dial the number, just press number 1. Get you right into the studio. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments for the guys, now's your chance. Also, send us a live tweet. I know you're out there. I know there's Twitters out there who like to tweet, using hashtag PPSC Live. And, of course, drop your questions into the chat room.
So tell us about you mentioned the Connor McDavid. Let's go around the table in the sense of good, bad, and different. Because you want to let people know there is a chance that you could get the Jaguars and not score anything.
Exactly. Ultimately, when you get into a break, it's a gamble. I mean, you could go into the card shop and go buy a box, and
it's a gamble,
and you not get anything. There's still that excitement there.
Yes.
But there's financially, you may get a card that doesn't give you the same return. So on one side, we could go in and do a card break and hit a Tom Brady autograph, which is probably for football one of the best cards you can hit.
Yeah.
And that may be over $2,000. But then also you may end up getting Justice Hill from the Ravens, and that'd be the best hit in the box. But that's the chase. That's the fun of it. If it was loaded, everybody would be buying it. The product would be off the shelf. So it's spread out. You don't know what you're going to get, and that's the fun part about it. So
now, what's some of the more popular? Since we talked, the warning. This is you sometimes don't get what you expect, but that. Any box of cards.
Sure.
What is some of the better hits that you've gotten with one of your card breaks? And
I think ultimately any RPA that you get or game used material, that is great. I mean, it adds so much extra value to the product. So, really, and also Bowman for baseball, Bowman firsts. That's where all the money's at. And some of the players that we pull out of that, they may be teenagers because they haven't even made their debut yet.
With baseball, that's the tough part because there's the minor league system, and especially this year, no minor league system.
Right. A lot of the rookie cards.
Yeah,
right.
There's 17, 16-year-old players that they get their first card, but for 4 or 5 years, they might not hit the majors.
I'll give you guys an example. So I'm an Oriole fan. I'm from Baltimore, so I got to give a shout out to my hometown Baltimore Orioles. But they have a player, Anthony Santander, who right now he's one of the top hitters in baseball. But if you went back 2 weeks ago, no one would have even known who he is.
Yeah.
Some people may still not know who he is. His rookie card, his Bowman first rookie card, probably would have sold for $10 a couple weeks ago. I looked yesterday, it sold for over $350. So talk about a return on your investment if you just hung on to a guy that you had a feeling about, and that's what it's all about.
So here's a question regarding the rise in a card like that. You have a 60-game season. So is it better for a guy like that who has less games to play and can make a bigger impact in a shorter term versus playing 162 games and hoping that he's consistent over the year to affect his card and that value. This has to be an advantage for a guy like that. If you get hot the majority of a 60-game season, now your value has gone up.
And if you owned a card like that, now would be the time to sell because there are buyers. If he doesn't continue that streak going into next year, his market, there's not going to be as big of a market. So this is when the iron's hot.
When I was doing ESPN radio, a customer or listener called in because he knew I was involved in this trading card market, and that was Shaq's rookie year. And he pulled one of the classic autographed
They had
Shaq's.
radio back then?
Yeah, they did. Listen here, Gramps.
Yes.
At least I didn't knock on rocks and stuff like that.
That was the chisel. Come on.
The chisel, okay. But he called in. He's like, hey, I just pulled this Shaq card out of a pack of Classic at that time, and it's on the market right now for like $300. What do you want? What do you think I should do? And I'm like, are you a fan of Shaq? No. Okay. I'd sell it. Real simple. I mean, if you're not a fan of that player and you have no financial tie to it, I said, look, you paid like $1 for that pack at that time. I said, sell it. I mean, find a Shaq fan out there. And now the interesting part is, like you were saying, sell. It's just like the stock market. Sell when it's hot.
Absolutely.
Because that card now you can find for about $25.
And I think a lot of people too that are in our group and in the industry period, they treat it too much like the stock market. I mean, me and Jimmy personally, I think we both find joy in having a personal collection.
Yeah.
So I always recommend, hey, have your PC.
Yep.
Take your team that you always want, always collect it. Like for me, Baltimore Orioles and Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Anytime one of our members hits one, hey, I'd love to buy that card from you just to have it for my PC. But then also I have my top 10 guys that I feel like are a solid investment that I'm going to ride out, and then I'm going to unload when I feel like the time is right, and then I can maximize my investment.
Now, Jimmy, speaking of investments, let's talk about that in a sense where, you have these card breaks. Now, you mentioned buying from your card breaks, messaging or, do you help anybody that wants to sell? Let's say, for instance, somebody pulled the Zion from one of your card breaks. Do you help them at all, try to market that card out to the rest of the group, or eBay
actually,
or something of that nature?
Yeah, we do. We have, along with game day card breaks, we also have a game day post game, we call it. And it's actually a site where you could go on and buy, sell, and trade.
Oh, very cool.
So for all of our members, you have to be a member of Game Day Card Breaks, but you also, in that, you can go on there, buy, sell, and trade to your other members of the group. And it's a safe place because they're all Game Day Card members. So you don't have to worry about getting scammed and that type of stuff, because Mark does a great job feeding people out and making sure that we only allow people in there that actually are a part of our
You've
group.
denied me for a week now.
They know you, that's why.
Request pending.
Well, first of all, let's do a shout out to the local card stores here. I'm Switzerland. I get along with all of them. Legacy Sports Cards, Ultimate Sports Cards, and all the other local vendors in town. Shout out to them, because if it wasn't for them, a lot of the locals wouldn't have access to getting trading cards, because Walmart, Target, they're done. Their shelves are empty. But you mentioned being a member. Tell people how you can become a member.
So the only way that we work right now is on Facebook. We do Facebook strictly for all of our buying of the breaks and our selling of everything. So if you want to be a part of Game Day Card Breaks, search us out on Facebook, Game Day Card Breaks. We also have a website, GameDayCardBreaks.com. You could go and check that out too, and it will also bring you right to the Facebook page where we post up all of our breaks. Like Mark said, we have breaks posted every day. So we have 2 to 3 breaks posted, either one baseball, one football, one pick your team if that's what you like, or we have randoms for guys that are just collecting in the hobby and trying to get anybody and trying to see what they can hit. So we have breaks all day long. We break every single day, either Mark or myself. So it's a lot of fun for us.
And there's a lot of people that do what we do, but personally for game day, I feel like we stand out amongst the crowd because we make it our passion to put the products in front of you that we feel like we would get in the breaks ourselves. Because there's a lot of breakers out there that just literally whatever the release is, they put it out there and it fills. But for us, we really scour the market, try to find the best price for the best product and put it available for our customers.
You came where we met was at the Boulevard. You were talking to Legacy, Mark, and
Legacy's great too, and you gave a shout out to them. They really helped us when COVID started and Topps shut down their warehouse.
Yeah.
Everything shut down, and we really could not have access to some of the product releases that we had before. And Legacy, got to give a big shout out to Mark and everybody over at Legacy.
Yeah.
You guys are getting a lot of love in the chat room from Eric and Rick, and I'd love to know where these guys are from as they're commenting their support for Game Day, just to kind of give us an idea as to how widespread your database is. I just want to do a quick reset and let everybody know you are watching the Power Play Sports Collectibles Show right here on Go Live Vegas, either on Facebook or on the Go Live Vegas mobile app or Twitter or YouTube or Twitch or Periscope or whatever platform works best for you. We are there. Also, throughout the show, you'll probably see a QR code pop up in the corner of your screen. You can use your QR scanner at any time during the live show or replay. Jimmy's from Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Scan the code. We'll take you to PowerPlaySportsCards.com, the official website for Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. Send us a live tweet with your questions using hashtag PPSC Live. Give us a call, 329-6947, or if you're outside the United States, 855-502-4321. And our featured guest today, of course, is Mark and James from Game Day Card Breaks. If you haven't been paying attention, that's who we have here.
And if you miss any part of that and you want to get a hold of these guys, feel free to reach out to Power Play Sports Collectibles at the store through our Facebook, Twitter, all that, and we can spend you.
Spend you?
Yeah.
Spend you. We'll spend you.
Yeah,
right.
Trust me. That some of these these boxes are incredible. I was just like, wow.
I
But we can send them right over to
Absolutely.
these guys.
And the best place, it sounds like, is the Facebook page.
Yes.
Game Day Sports, Game Day Card Break. So here's where the love is coming from. And this is what I love about the chat room. So you've got William Reed, Game Day Baby, what's up, guys? Cleveland, Ohio is in there. Terry says it's time, but I want to see. Gino's from California. We have Pennsylvania, Mountaintop, Pennsylvania checking in. Ohio again, Arizona, Chicago. So this is pretty cool that fans are checking in, and that tells everybody out there the credibility of what these guys do. And
I thought it was you and me.
Well, we're just icing on the cake.
I know, exactly.
We're like sprinkles on the sundae.
Yeah.
Sodak, represent. I'm guessing. Oh, Jersey, Ronald Queen. Jersey boys in the house. Josh Vegas. Ronald, what part of Jersey? That's my home state. But anyway, it gives and lends credibility to what they were talking about.
Absolutely.
For members being part of what they do, coming from all over the country.
And I've been intrigued with card breaks. And since, I got away from the sports card industry and more of the novelties, I've stayed away. But I've always been intrigued because what you guys do is you have a camera, on a table, and you open the cards, right, the packs or the boxes, because there's some boxes that have one card in there, obviously, and you show them. So it's not like, hey, I got 32 teams, and you got the Chargers, or
it's all about credibility.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
A lot of people that are in our business know what Brandon Cooks the 99 is. If you go on YouTube and look that up, it's all about cred. So for us, we've got multiple cameras. We have a front camera looking directly at the cards, and then we also have an overhead, so that people know that there's nothing shady going on.
You're not David Copperfield.
No.
Palming that one card.
We're not working on our sleight of hand.
Yes,
trust me.
exactly. So you say you do card breaks every day. Obviously, I don't want to put you on the spot. Did you do one yesterday?
Absolutely. Jimmy actually last night broke Certified. And
talk to
huge
us about
card
that.
last night.
So last night, Certified, it's a brand new product, just got released out in the product yesterday, actually, was release day. So it's a 12-box case. We had the biggest hit that was in it was a Joe Burrow to 75, which Joe Burrow is obviously the #1 draft pick for the Bengals. The guy that bought the Bengals spent, what, $265?
Yeah, $260, something
$265
like that.
for the Bengals. Not only did he get that Joe Burrow, he also got a T. Higgins and a couple other rookie cards of Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow,
scored.
to 75 is going to sell for $700 to $900, somewhere in there. So Certified is the new one out. Obviously, coming up here in 3 weeks, I've been pressing it on our channel and pushing it as Bowman Chrome.
Yep.
We have, I think, 8 cases of Bowman Chrome coming in. It's huge. That's where you get the Mike Trouts that's selling for $1 million. That's the product that everybody goes for when you're going after that rookie baseball card. That's the one you want, is Bowman Chrome. So that's first week of September will be Bowman Chrome.
Yeah, so we'll do another Certified today. We'll post that up, and then we also have for baseball, we have 2018 Bowman, which features the Luis Robert Bowman first. So that's another situation where it's random teams, because if we listed it, everyone and their brother would want that. That White Sox.
Yeah.
So it's a random teams break. So it gives everyone a chance to basically win the White Sox and win a massive, massive card.
South Dakota's checking in. Turnersville, Pennsylvania. Rick says also broke the 2020 Bowman Sterling. Certified was awesome last night. Go Ravens. Josh Case. These guys going above and beyond to show they are legit. No Brandon
That's our
Cooks to
family there.
99. So, I mean,
Did you pay for this?
I was going to say.
I know, right? I don't
yeah.
even think the guys knew we were going on here, so we definitely appreciate those guys.
Absolutely.
I mean, following us, whatever we do.
So while we have you hooked into the show here, make sure you go to Power Play Sports Collectibles on Facebook as well to become part of Scott's fandom. And again, these guys kind of talk and work together and all that stuff. So make sure you like all the outlets possible as well. So I'm just very impressed with the following that's popping up here from all over the country. There was one guy who said he was from New Jersey. I want to find out from where, because that's where I'm originally from. And Jersey is the only state where you can drop the word new and still know where you're from. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
Try dropping new off of any other state and see what you get.
Yeah. So you say you got one coming up today. Do you want to? Is there any openings for today? Do I need to go to my wallet?
I think we of the 30 open spots, I think we have 11 spots left in the Bowman 2018 for Luis Robert Hunt. So
how's this for an idea? Perhaps maybe on a Saturday, we sort of preempt Power Play a little bit. Not preempt it, but sponsor.
I'm sorry. Whose show is this?
Well,
Okay,
I'm just putting it on there,
Take it
boss.
over. I took over last week.
No,
we had
no.
the guys take over last week. This is your turn. I'll sit here.
I'm just simply putting it on the table, so to speak, maybe for half of a show. The guys come in and do their show here live on Power Play with the cards, whatever they want to do. And maybe we just kind of do a live thing with
Something
them.
we can actually look forward to.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, they talked to me last week at the Boulevard Mall, and we talked about doing some live breaks at Sunset Station.
Yep. Right.
And I know how they are with cameras in the casino, so
Right.
I told them no. But just so you guys know, I have put the feeler out because I told them I put, the disclaimer, we're going to do it in a corner. We're not going to be showing people gaming and
Right.
stuff like that. And so they are going to review it, and hopefully this week next week they should have an answer.
So we'll
because that I think would be freaking awesome.
Absolutely.
We just want to. I mean, we went to the card show.
Yeah.
And people love to go to the card shows and sell their cards, put them in display cases. The card business is so much bigger than that right now. It's really doing a disservice to the business if people don't see what breaking is, because that's really what's the most fun. I mean, it's that excitement, and most of the people that walk up don't even know what it is. So I think at Sunset Station we're going to at least direct people to the Facebook page.
Yep.
We're going to do a giveaway where if you sign up on our Facebook page, you'll be eligible for something. So definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, and like I said, I should have an answer from the general manager here. I didn't tell you because I didn't want to get you guys overhyped, but now I'm hyped. I want to see a break in person, and doing here in the studio for a show in the upcoming weeks, we could do that.
Are we going to be able to do a live remote then from there if they have issues with camera?
Yeah, because we're not in the room. When we were last time when we did the
We were in
remote,
that
we were
side
in
room.
that side room.
Right.
This is actually in the gaming area, in a large open area. They have allowed kids because we're, I think they said 50 feet away from a machine, and it's outside the bowling alley. But realistically, cameras in casinos, they kind of frown upon. So I've gone above and beyond in my try to get it all handled for them.
Okay, we'll see what happens come Labor Day weekend, or that weekend. So we either will preempt the show, or I'll just sit in here, you report in, or whatever, and we'll figure something out for that weekend for
I can
this
call
show.
in on my own show like you did this past
Exactly,
week on TC.
and it works.
Yeah.
When you let me talk during my
exactly.
5-minute segment
exactly.
from the strip. Anyway,
Protesting.
I know. I wasn't protesting. It was an awareness event. For all the entertainment industry. We're out to be part of it.
And the entertainment industry, people forget this Las Vegas is tourist based.
Right.
People have taken a serious hit here, and we've talked to Mark and Jimmy about those issues here in Las Vegas. And it's not just the people in front of the camera, the singers, the musicians, people behind the scenes. Conventioneer people. Look at all the conventions that were canceled.
Absolutely.
And
I know that firsthand.
I was going to say.
I wasn't going to call you out on it.
No, you can call me out. For
the
me,
industry.
I mean, I've been in the convention business for 13 years and successful at it as well. But when there's no conventions, there's no work. So one opportunity closes and it opens up another.
But here's the interesting thing: what you guys do with the cards and everything, and of course what you do with the collectibles. that's also entertainment.
Yes.
Even what's going on here for what these guys do off air, it's still entertainment that's being provided, and they're just using a new, unique way of doing it, like we are with streaming.
And with their streaming cast and their Facebook page and the breaks, you can be at home watching this,
Absolutely.
and so you don't have to worry about the issues with COVID. I hate to say that. With the card shows, don't forget, if you see a celebrity that you want an autograph, just give us a call.
Right.
I'll be honest. With Marty the Moth from Lucha Underground, we did mail order for him. We did more mail order, even from Las Vegas.
Right.
People sending stuff in to get signed than we had people walk up. And it's because we are nationwide, and wrestling, baseball, all these sports is nationwide. You can be here and be a Ravens fan or a Giants fan.
Hey. Jeez, no love in the room.
No, there's not.
And I was going to say, I think Ryan Spriggs makes a really good comment on the chat. It's not all about just breaking the cards. And one thing I pride myself on when we break is that my vision is that ultimately we get to a point where it's not just the people that are in the breaks that are watching us do it. I want people that, hey, they sat out a break. They're just here to watch. They want to see what's coming out of the product. They want to talk to us about sports.
Right.
I love talking sports. I've been a sports fan since a little kid. I played sports since a little kid, and I just love talking. I love talking sports, and I think the guys love that too.
And with that being said,
I know a network that's looking for regular traditional sports talk shows, but I digress. I digress.
But needless to say, with that being said, you guys are going to stick around.
Nice
Let's
segue.
talk about sports in general. We'll talk a couple things about the hobby, 5 of the products that people are starting to talk about on Sports Collectors Daily. And with that being said, Aaron, let's take a break, and don't forget, Power Play Sports Cards at the Boulevard Mall.
What he said. We'll be back.
Looking to advertise your small business at a low cost? Do you need your commercial designed or actually produced for you? Advertise on 2 of the hottest shows on the internet, Power Play Sports Collectibles and Thoughts Count Anywhere. Both shows with getting over 40,000 views per week for only one low cost. For more information, please email info@thoughtscountanywhere.com.
For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall. Welcome back to Play Sports Collectibles Cards.
He's getting coffee.
Yeah. Can you turn up the mic a little bit more for me? Thank you very much. You are watching the show that is all about game day card breaks with Mark and James. Interesting facet of card collecting. So if you want to learn more, make sure you search them out on Facebook, Game Day Card Breaks on Facebook. Check it out. They do live card breaks every day. Talk about it, and heck, we may even do a live little adventure with them here.
I'll
anyway,
talk about with the guys after the
absolutely.
show and see what we can do and get scheduled.
Let's talk some sports.
Yeah, your Yankees, DL issues all over the place.
It's like 2019 all over again. And on top of that, the series against the Mets gets postponed this weekend because of COVID issues with a couple of Mets.
Yeah.
Do you guys think baseball will actually finish out the season?
I do think they're going to actually get it through. Do I think everybody's going to go in? No, I think people will be limping into the finish line. I do think they'll get it finished.
I could see a scenario once teams are out of it.
Being
if there is a situation where a COVID player pops up, let's just push them aside.
But how would that affect? And that's a very good point. If you're out of you just throw the games, forfeit the games, and that could really screw up the playoff scenario because there's more playoff teams this year, and seedings in that.
Right.
It's a unique year, and on top of that, I am a Yankee fan, so obviously I'm struggling with them right now, but I'm not this 60-game season does nothing for me in terms of excitement for baseball. And on top of that, me personally, I don't want to see Cy Youngs. I don't want to see batting champs. I don't want to see Rookie of the Year awards. They mean nothing to me in a 60-game season. You'll have this whole year with asterisks, period.
That's true.
I mean, look, Garrett Cole from the Yankees, 28 straight games with no loss, or in terms of a lost decision, even though he went out of the last game 2-2 tied. Look, 10 games is all he's going to appear in out of 60. If he goes 9-1 and has an ERA of 2.5, that's Cy Young material for half of a season. I don't want to see him get a Cy Young this year for 10 appearances. Come on.
Have you noticed that ESPN is not listing National American League? It's just lumped
Collectible,
together.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's because everybody's playing everybody because it's regional.
Right.
So, airing out the desk there, do you happen to have the video that I sent you? What video? Okay, the one I put in.
Chief is bugging me for the belt.
The one that I
Chief!
I sent you a video.
Come on, Chief.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, all right. It was a very humorous foul ball the other night.
Oh, it's foul ball?
Yeah,
Oh, it
the
took
foul.
out. Okay.
Took out the poor teddy bear.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Foul ball, obviously no screen, but for those who haven't been watching baseball, they do cutouts. Players are social distanced,
Right.
in the stands. And I think Strasburg actually got thrown out of a game in the stands.
Yeah,
he was the
barking
parent.
at the umpire.
Yeah, he was the parent.
And then the next day he pitched and had to leave the game because of an injury.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I think he's got carpal tunnel, is
Yeah.
what they're saying.
Mhm.
But they had those large, huge teddy bears you see at Walmart in the bins for like.
The carnival stands too?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. They had teddy bears lined up and a screaming foul ball down the line just cracked the teddy bear square in the head. I mean, it was fall back. It was very humorous for something that we're all sitting there going, there's no fans in
Yeah,
the stands.
exactly. Well, how about the Cardinals pitcher yesterday or the day before who took a 105-mile-an-hour hit from a bat square in the jewels?
Yeah, he went down.
And I think
he made the
That'll
out.
wake you up.
Yeah, he made the out. I give him credit. And then he cratered. And
there are so many lines that are going through my head right now
well,
that I
he
would
had to
share.
be carted
but-
off. And it is
Yeah, of course.
could be a serious injury.
Right.
But if you watch the teammates off to the side, half of them were concerned. The other half were putting the gloves over their face and walking away, and they were laughing their ass off.
Well, they got a quote from him, I think, next day or something, where obviously he says that's the most intense pain I've ever felt times like 1,000. I
I can't even imagine.
No.
105 mile an hour.
All right, let's go to another topic.
Fernando Tatis.
Yeah.
Oh man,
on
he is
fire.
on in fuego. It's
And
insane.
He wasn't the top prospect out of those cards in that rookie class, we'll call it, until probably this year.
It's unbelievable. I mean, even a month ago, people had Pete Alonso
Yeah.
well past Fernando Tatis, but now it's the Tatis show, and we're just living in it right now in baseball.
Absolutely, and he hit the controversy. I want to talk to you guys about this, being baseball fans, and that is 3-0 pitch
Swing away.
and up 10-3 in the 8th inning. Unwritten rules in baseball. You don't steal when you're up. You
don't bunt to break up a no-hitter.
Exactly. He lasered it. I mean, and then he goes, "I didn't know an unwritten rule."
I mean, we're talking baseball here. It's of the sports, it's probably the most kind of laid back sport. Let's get some excitement. Let's have that. I mean, I'm all for the bat flips to an extent. And hey, if you feel like laying into one, let's get it.
It was
let's
in
do
the
it.
wheelhouse.
And the
he
next
just
night
took
he
it.
stole third when the Padres were up big again, didn't he?
Yep.
Something like that?
Yeah.
And you know what? I think the days of, old school baseball are gone in the sense of those unwritten rules,
Right.
because it's just unfortunate. But it brings some excitement, especially with this 60-game season. And for him to do that, and he's a Padre. When was the last time a Padre was even in the news?
Well, now they're making news because they've hit what, Grand Slams 4 games in a row?
4 or 5
something
now,
like that. I mean,
which
huge.
is incredible because you had Machado hit one,
Right.
Tatis hit one, and okay, now okay, the brainwaves aren't
Not Frazier. What's Hosmer? Eric
Yes.
Hosmer.
Yeah.
was the other
Yep,
guy.
yep.
And it's like, when was the last time the Padres were in the news?
I say good. And you know what? Joe Torre surprised me being an old school guy that he came out against Tatis hitting the home run. It was not the thing to do when you're, you know what? How do you tell a guy 3-0, fastball's coming to lay off of it?
Yeah, how do you turn that
I'm sorry.
switch?
There was a quote that came out, it may have been the Padres manager, he said, the only time you know you have enough runs is when the game is over.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
And it's the Padres.
And
I mean,
you can give up 10 runs.
if it was Michael Jordan at the plate and you're going to tell him not to swing,
Yeah, good luck.
Let's get real.
Yeah. Tiger Woods is going to go for the green,
Right.
even if he's up,
You
5
don't
strokes.
turn that switch off.
Yeah.
When you're that competitive.
So let's jump into Indy real quick. We're going to run the Indy 500 this weekend. No fans in the stands. They were going to try the 20%, but they've decided against it. Any excitement whatsoever for racing with no fans in the stands?
I don't follow racing
NASCAR
anyway, so.
or Indy.
I don't follow it much either.
Okay.
I think if you follow it, you're into it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's an excuse to crack open a beer and sit and watch some cars run around in circles.
We're going to have him on the show more and more. The cooler's underneath here, guys.
Let's go. Let's
Get
do
her
it.
done.
Let's get it.
Okay. There's no Indy or racing fans, I can see.
No, not us.
Well, it kind of goes in line with your last bullet there before we go up to the NHL.
Yes, exactly. Let's start with football, though. Raiders had a scrimmage yesterday at Allegiant Stadium, and I know I sent you the picture of this. First time in pads, first time at the new home. The players loved it. They played intro music for each guy coming out.
There you go.
What a beautiful stadium no one's going to see. That is just freaking incredible.
Yeah, so the certificate of occupancy or whatever it was that they got a couple of weeks ago right now means nothing. Other than the players.
But unfortunately,
yeah.
obviously the players. Now, here's an interesting thing that came out late last night. Mark Davis says he will not attend home games this year.
Yeah, he came out and said that because no fans are going to be there, that he won't attend either. So I'm a season ticket holder. I got my tickets in the mail yesterday. It came in a very nice box,
yeah.
and it opens up, and it's actually got the whole stadium there. It's really nice, but the sad part is we won't be attending. But it is.
So
gonna be
as
fun.
collectors, let me ask you this question: tickets like that, that are nicely wrapped, first season in a new stadium, game's not going to be played. Could that have value on a secondary market to sell for collectors?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody, as soon as it got announced to what everybody was getting, there was people all over. Hey, I want one of those. How can I get one of those? What? And you see them already popping up on eBay, and that's
What are they selling for on eBay? What are they being asked for?
$300 to $500 right now, just for the box with
gift set,
the gift set.
Wow.
Which some guys didn't fork out the money for the season tickets, and a lot of guys that did buy the season tickets are investors. They're not looking for it as to go to the games or a fan of the team. They're investing in it.
Right.
So
Very
that's a
similar
way
to
to
the
make
Knights
back.
fans did the first year.
Absolutely. So they're looking to make back some of their money, and hey, guys will buy it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what it is.
You know, me being a Knights season ticket holder, they've given away very similar gift packs.
Say that again.
I was a Knights season ticket holder.
Thank you. Let's be accurate. This is not fake news here.
Yes. we will talk about my displeasure towards the Knights. Maybe in a few seconds. But realistically, they gave jackets all the season, and people were looking for our jackets and things like that. So, yeah, the $1.9 billion stadium. Well, I mean, it's just incredible. And from our other show, TCA, Jason Piper is an employee down there. He's one of the security guards. Yeah. And, he's been told he might work some things. I would assume during the games you still have to have some security there. So
I'll be really interested to see tailgating is huge. I'll be interested to see if that's going to be a thing around the stadium. I mean, tailgate.
Take over parking lots.
Take over parking lots. You have TVs, you watch the game out there, and you still have that experience because, let's face it, I mean, if you've been to a football game, I look forward to the tailgating rather than going into the game half the time because you're meeting with friends, you're having a great time, you get there hours in advance, and it's an outlet. It's an outlet for everybody. It's a nice Sunday afternoon to have a good time.
Before and after the
Before
games.
and after.
And I've had a coworker at my other life who was a season ticket holder for, I think, like 25 years of the San Diego Chargers and still lived here. He would drive down because his roots were in San Diego, go down for the games, and, he had an RV parked at his parents' place, take it over, tailgate pretty much all weekend, and then come back on Monday afternoon because he wasn't in any shape to drive back Sunday night. So, no, and it's a fun experience. It really is.
It's the best. It's the best.
And that's the one downfall, I think, of the stadium there. For those in the know, the stadium, we almost lost the team late because the parking spaces.
Right.
Because for a stadium of that size, you're supposed to have 16,000 parking spots. We only have less than 5,000. And
I will tell you, though, I think that is way overrated because my last job working the convention business, we were a block away from that. I drive around there every day. There is so many business parking lots there that there's plenty of room. Plenty of room.
And in Detroit, where my roots are, for Pontiac Silverdome, people used to sell their front yard for parking and sit out there with $20 signs, and they would literally pit, 5 or 10 cars in there, and that makes their money for the
Absolutely.
weekend.
Yeah.
Totally. And,
Absolutely.
we're not just talking the Raiders, we're talking the Rebels and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
And when you park for a game, it's no big thing to walk a couple blocks with a beer in your hand as you get ready to go in the game.
As long as it's not an open container.
Exactly.
Just make sure it's in a bag.
So we're coming close. So let's talk quickly. The Knights, we take on the Canucks in the second round.
What is a Canuck?
It's something.
I just thought I'd ask, Mr.
I'm-
Calgary.
I'm-
I'll let our producer see if he throws up an answer
I'll be a
for us.
Vancouver Canucks fan again. Depends on who's in goal and who's behind the bench. Let's see. I don't like the fact that
MSNBC.
is blocking the games.
Or NBCSN, sorry.
NBCSN.
Right, the
They're
sports
blocking the
network.
games. With the sports being so truncated
Mhm.
with seasons, I think they should have just opened it up for
Right.
everybody.
There should be no blackouts.
Exactly.
The blackout dates, especially with like baseball, you find it all the time.
Yeah.
We don't get any of the Angel games. We don't get Dodger games. We don't get anything here in Vegas. And there's no fans. What are you blocking it out for?
Right. Exactly.
Like I just don't understand that part of it.
The Coyotes laid off their front office staff. No longer in the playoffs.
Wow.
And then the Seattle Kraken has hired Everett Fitzhughes, the club's first African American broadcaster.
Good
Good
job.
for them. Good for them.
Absolutely. They have an opportunity up there to make a lot of firsts with the hockey team, and this sounds like the start of
I
a great one.
really think, you've got, I think Rick Tockett's their GM. Gallant is still available. Take him as your head coach. He built a team here. I don't care if Dubois wins a cup or not. It's still Gallant's team.
Yeah.
And, go original Knights is how I put it.
There you go.
NBA playoffs. Any interest besides the trading card?
Just the Lakers, see if they
Lakers,
survive.
maybe, yeah.
It's very interesting. I mean, I'll turn on the games here and there, but man, there's nothing like. I mean, this first round, I think you always have some bad team. I mean, let's look at yesterday. The Portland Trailblazers were exposed by the Lakers.
Oh yeah, big time.
That was impelling to watch. I mean, once LeBron was ready to turn it on,
Anthony Davis too. Yeah.
and Anthony Davis, the show was over. You can go ahead and stomp out the Blazers
And
right
Lillard
now.
with his dislocated.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the heat was really on Damian Lillard, and it's their defense, or lack thereof, was really exposed. And when you have a two-man show like that with McCollum and Lillard, you really got to shoot the lights out to be able to hang tight with LeBron and Anthony Davis.
All right, let's jump into 5 quick products and tell me your opinion that is coming out or recently come out. 2020 Topps Chrome.
Oh, it's been great.
It's been great.
It's been great.
Great product, yeah.
We literally, I just did a break a couple days ago where we hit a variation of Luis Robert. It's like a $2,000 card.
Jesus.
And someone paid $50 for
To get into that? Wow.
Into that, and they hit a 2K Luis Robert.
Panini, without an NBA, without any question, is a hot product this year.
I love their grilled sandwiches.
Yeah, Panini. Yeah.
Oh, that's Panera.
Yeah, Panera. A product I like to break when I have, or just fun boxes, is the Goodwins. Because it's just different
You get
sports.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, if you're you can get Tiger Woods, you can get a couple astronauts and some
Yeah,
of the
everything.
Yeah, everything. 2020 Donruss Elite NFL. Yes, no.
We did one box last night, and we hit an Aaron Rodgers auto out of one box.
Okay, so
Next.
So, yeah.
Check, please.
Dang good.
And near and dear to my heart is the 2020 Leaf Ultimate Wrestling. You've got to be a wrestling fan to break it, but there are some great autos in there. You've got Flair, you've got Hogan, you've got Nash.
You got Dennis Rodman in that.
He's
Like that's awesome,
I know,
right? Like
he
you
was a
could
wrestler.
get a card with Dennis Rodman and Hulk Hogan on it.
It's
That's just
freaking-
cool
yeah,
stuff.
It's a fun. I mean,
Yeah.
investment-wise, I really don't see it taking off, but it is very fun, and especially if you're a wrestling fan, I recommend go for it. So, with this closing, we will run through some birthdays.
Real
I wanna
quick,
say
yes, sir.
Happy birthday to Boog Powell.
Greatest first name when he comes to bat.
Yeah, John Gruden, coach.
Hey,
Chucky.
For all the Kentucky fans, Christian Leitner.
The shot.
oh no way!
The shot.
Yeah. Roberto Clemente, one of the greatest of all time.
Interviewed his son years ago. Great guy.
When speaking of son, but dad, Jack Buck.
Can't believe what I just saw.
Exactly. Will Chamberlain.
Very tall.
Archie Griffin.
Ohio State.
I don't know, Michigan boy, sorry. But he was a
I'm
two-time
a Penn Stater.
back-to-back.
Come on. That's
Heisman
what we shouldn't
Trophy.
be talking about it. Just keep going. That's
Usain Bolt.
very fast.
Yeah. Carl Yastrzemski,
Yaz,
and Bill Parcells.
one of the greatest coaches in NFL history.
So we're wrapping it up. That light means if you're a wrestling fan, I don't know if you guys
Fiend.
are. The Fiend might be showing up pretty soon.
Oh,
Do you guys?
Holy crap!
Do you guys follow wrestling?
Not anymore.
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to love '90s wrestling. Razor Ramon, Machismo, baby.
Yeah, and don't forget Unicon.
Unicon.
March 5th through 7th. It's going to be the best ever. It is going to become the West Coast National. If you need more information, www.unicon.vegas, or just text me, email me, Facebook me, tweet me, whatever you want to do to me. But with that being said,
there's ointment for that, by the way.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks, guys. We
Hey,
really
really
appreciate
I really
it.
appreciate you guys coming in.
so much.
We'll
Absolutely.
do it again if you guys don't mind.
We'd
We'll
love
do
to.
a break.
Absolutely.
Aaron, take us out of here.
Hey guys, thank you for watching Power Play Sports Collectible Show, coming to you live from Go Live Vegas Studios in Las Vegas. We look forward to seeing you next week. Be safe, be happy, and be courteous. Why? Because what we got? Have a great week. We'll see you in an hour, 10 o'clock. Our house, our voice. Scott and I will be right back here in an hour.